okay, I'm playing Roadwarden because I just bought it because it was 50% off. Start the game. Can I change the resolution? That's pretty gross. All right. Deaf support controls. All right, well, new game time. All right. Everyone knows to stay away from the wilderness. Most people would even risk a lonely journey. Road wardens not only accept this struggle, they embrace it. They deliver messages, assist merchants, burn human corpses, and, if possible, get rid of the beasts and highwaymen. They live on the road, die young, or retire early. It's a dangerous job, but a respectable one, and it pays well. Still have my doubts. Oh, okay, that's just me saying. Fuck no. Okay, okay. Standard, casual, or restrictive? I guess standard. Yeah, I'm a gamer. I played Baldur's Gate, I know what I'm doing as an RPG. Alright. The wall is still standing. There are no wolves around, no stench of blood. Good signs. This should be the place you're looking for. You were supposed to meet with a group of soldiers, but you hear no voices, no sounds of labor. The gate is ajar, but the camp isn't safe. It may keep away the goblins and pebblers, but not beast folk nor trolls. And the night is near. Your palfrey breathes heavily. It had a long day. What is a palfrey? Oh, can I save scum? If so, whoof! 0 hours, 30 minutes before dusk. Okay, I need to, hey, call me old-fashioned. I like to see what's going on, you know? Considering the noise, you doubt that anyone noticed the clatter of hooves. The short dry grasses barely cover the arid soil of this valley, but you're maybe a minute away from the edge of the sparse woods, which get denser as they climb up the hills. At best, this trail has a few more years before getting overgrown for good. Hard to believe it's the only route north. Okay. Let's get in there. Your heavy boots hit the ground and the pain of the long ride finally catches up with you. You stretch out, bringing your back and legs comfort. Bringing your back and legs... What? Oh, bringing your back and legs comfort. All you want now is a table, a decent chair, a nice mug of beer, and some warm stew. You. With any luck, your axe won't be needed here. Stew? Mid-tier food, you know? Actually, I would say it's a B tier. It's a bit higher than mid. Mid is like soup, you know? Oh, but soup is so warm. Oh, you drink it in the summer. Oh, it's so pleasant and warming and so homey. Yeah, stew is just better soup in every way, shape, or form. I approach the gate. If it's a military camp, it doesn't look the part. Plenty of wasted space. The fire pit is cold. 2 people are sitting at the table, tired and disheartened. They're looking in different directions, paying no attention to one another. One of them is holding a cup. I walk toward him. It takes him a few breaths to glance in your direction. The first person greets you with a wave of his hand. There are bags under his eyes. His beard is messy. Despite his simple shirt, he's wearing durable, decent boots. A mace with a head covered in iron hangs at his side, but he doesn't reach for it. Oh, what a great guy. He won't immediately bash my brains in. Just like you, she's wearing a gambeson, but hers is a bit loose, as if she took it off a corpse. Her head is shaven, as if she's protecting herself from flesh-eating bugs. Her eyes are weary, yet kind. She smiles. Wouldn't having more hair be better? I mean, I guess they're more visible, but then they have to get through your hair to get to your scalp. Considering the squad was sent here half a year ago, these 2 surely look the part, though there should be more of them. 8, you believe? I'll ask first, you know, I'm a I'm a fella. Whenever you meet new people, you can influence how they perceive you by selecting one of the attitudes. Distanced. Playful. Vulnerable. Friendly. Hoping to meet with your lieutenant. Can we talk for a bit? I'm sure you're busy, so if you could just introduce me to your lieutenant, wait for your lieutenant. It's not going to waste my time, or I had a long journey. I need to have a word with your lieutenant. It's cordial. Woman lets out a sigh, dusts off a gambeston, and steps toward you. She pays a little attention to the sword at her side. I'm not confident in doing a woman's voice. Oh. God. Yeah, I'm not confident. We most definitely can, you and I. Though holding this rank is still somewhat new to me. Are you a messenger? Did you lose your mount? She observes you with curiosity. Or are you looking for help? Hey, I'm your new Roadwarden. My horse is waiting outside. Just a guy from fucking New York. He has his Yankee with brim. You know, his bagel with lox and a good old slice of New York pie in his hands. Really? The soldier in the shirt leans forward. That explains how you got here in one piece all by yourself. Better bring your beast here, adds the lieutenant. We have no hay, but I bet it dreams of dropping its saddle. A long pause. I'm Tulia, by the way. She reaches out her hand. It may be a trap. Ah, yes, she has the electric buzzer in her hand, you know? What do you want people to call you? Lido? Fucking... What's it good? Roadwarden. Guy on the road. Ooh, what is that? Ooh, there's a good short story called The Highwayman. Poem? Yeah, it's a poem called The Highwayman by Alfred Noyes. So we'll go with Noyes. There we are. That's fitting. Look at me using my literature knowledge here. Her grasp is confident, the shake is slight. Just keep your horse away from the tents. She steps away. We don't need to smell its dung. Dung! Elden Ring reference! There's this one issue. The soldier in the shirt also rises to his feet. We've no time to spare. You'll have to use a blanket or something. No problem. I enjoy observing the stars. You walk through the gate. Your mount looks around and snorts anxiously. Not many humans could ride a horse. It's not only taller than you, but also bulky, as heavy as it is strong. You can get in the saddle within a single breath, but most people wouldn't know where to even begin. From every side is a wall of flesh. Horses were brought to the Dragonwoods from the conquests in the south. They can trot for a long time, but won't outrun some of the local monsters. Your palfrey needs you to survive, but without it, you too would be lost. It's my only companion here. I wanted to feel at ease. Damn right, it's my little horsey boy. It takes a few steps towards you, scolding you with another snort. You scratch the bottom of its neck with strength and confidence, just the way it likes it. Humans see useful animals and even pets as monsters in disguise. Getting emotionally attached to them is believed to lead humans to their doom. But you know that horses need companionship. Sick. Quick save. Oh, I should probably move the little fella I have in the corner. This one. Where should I put it? I'll put it down here. There's probably not going to be anything down there, eh? I speak to it gently and lead it to the camp. You end up next to the fire pit. Removing the saddle makes the horse nicker with relief. You take a couple of minutes to examine its back just in case. While the riding equipment is not that heavy for such a strong animal, with enough time it starts to chafe. You wish it had something better to eat than the shabby grass. You should look for an inn. Hey. In, I'm out. That was my audition for the Lion King remake as one of the hyenas. I need to unpack. You haven't brought that many things, and you lost one of the sacks while fleeing the Crimson Corpse Eaters. What are we, fucking Terraria? Worst of all, you have no rope left, but maybe the soldiers could share one. Shouldn't cost more than a dragon bone. hey bro, we're mix and match, and you got Skyrim, you got Terraria, like SMH. You're shamelessly stolen from Elden Ring too. Aside from the travel set, you own a few valuable possessions, essential for your trade. Scholar, a mage, or a fighter. And more. Fighter, you'll have an easier time in physical challenges thanks to your superior equipment and hidden bonuses during dice rolls. You'll be physically more capable than the other classes, what opens unique opportunities during some social interactions. It's the best class for RPG beginners. The fighter's weakness is their reliance on physical strength. Your special abilities won't be available to you if your vitality points drop to 0. The mage uses Pneuma, a versatile but limited pool of energy points that can be spent to cast a few humble spells. Magic won't protect you better than a sharp axe, but as mage you'll be able to heal faster while resting. Detect magic is in a mysterious area, distract a beast with a simple trick, and find a common tongue with other magic users. Using the mage's power too freely will result in having no Pneuma left when you need it most. The scholar will know more about the world's mysteries than you, helping you take advantage of some unusual situations. Your character will impress the locals with its knowledge, and you'll be able to read the sparse, written clues within anyone's assistance. Scholars struggle with combat more than the other classes, but with enough carefulness and exploration, you'll gain access to alchemy mixtures that will help you escape from many dangerous situations. Well, this one says, good for RPG beginners. I played RPGs before. Not to brag, I beat Pokemon Heart Gold. I know. Calm down. Yeah, but I don't know the mechanics. Dice rolls are a thing, and I think Scholar might be the type of class where you play through it like twice, just to like memorize situations and like find the clues yourself. Like Scholar seems like the type of class where it will help you if you can't read between the lines, and it just makes things a lot more obvious. Mage seems like the weakest. It's either a fighter or scholar. So with carefulness and exploration, gain access to alchemy. So fighter seems like the best, but you need to clutch it up with your vitality. I'll be a fighter. You unpack and inspect your belongings. Your water skin isn't open your inventory to see. Taking hits will damage your armor. Okay. Nothing special or too cumbersome. From time to time, your routine helps you avoid mistakes, but this doesn't make it any more exciting. I return to the soldiers. They're at the table again, observing your beast and chatting between themselves. Your stomach growls at the sight of them eating out of wooden bowls. One more bowl was put at a previous unused end of the table. You could sit down on a tree log. Oh, thank him. I join him and take the meal. Hey, can't say no to a banger. What stew? Keeping your stomach full will make you stronger. Starvation won't allow you to restore vitality while resting. You can find your supplies in your inventory. It's cold gruel, a meal eaten in times of hardship. This specific bowl is filled with water, hog milk, some strange-looking cereals, and blueberries. Welcoming you with a meal, even a humble one, is beyond their duty. Soldiers live with and for their companions, constantly on the move from one part of the realm to another, making sacrifices to protect their group as they face dozens of hideous creatures. Their lives are filled with discipline, hardship, and camaraderie. Roadwardens, on the other hand, learn how to work by themselves. They seldom engage in open combat, patrolling the same roads for years. They help the settlements stay in touch, but also maintain commerce, settle down, forge friendships. When there are no laws to follow, they use their own judgment. Different responsibilities, different lifestyles. I eat quickly, not focusing on the taste. Then speak with Julia. She's focused and chooses her words carefully. She looks away only when she gathers her thoughts. Ha! Read. I'm afraid I can tell you less than I would like to, and less than I should. She nods towards the other soldier. As you can see, there's not a lot of us left. At the beginning of summer, there were 8 of us, including our previous lieutenant. 5 are dead, 1 has run away in tears. We're also strangers in these lands, adds her companion. Any piece of information may help me do my job. The The man leans forward, his legs shake nervously. He sounds like a kid asking a bard to sing one more story, tell a joke, or do a magic trick, whatever it takes to escape from boredom. His untrimmed beard hides a much younger face than you originally thought. What did the officials tell you? I expect not that much. No soul governs these lands. Yeah, sure. I told the soldiers how little guidance you've received, since this area is too far from Hovlavon to keep it under control. You are warned that it's untamed and unknown. Who knows how many villages, bandits, or monsters may be found in these unmapped hills and forests. From time to time, new people come here to look for boundless opportunities. Most of them never return. Do they turn into walking corpses or find what they're looking for? No soul could tell me, so I was looking for your guidance. The lieutenant drinks from her cup and crosses her legs, ankle on knee. Seeing her chair makes you doubt she'll ever find a comfortable position. That brings us to our sponsor, ExpressVPN. They're famously known for selling absolutely good chairs. Okay, Peninsula Road, the Roadwarden, and the map. What happened to the previous guy? Aren't you a bit late for a rescue mission? We haven't heard from him for almost half a year. Nah, he's just he's taking a nap. Hibernating, you know? Soldiers speak for a bit between themselves, trying to get their story straight. They confirmed that he had stopped by their camp a few times, but stopped showing up, all in early summer. The bearded soldier starts to scratch the table with the tip of his knife without looking at you. I don't remember his voice. Always busy, drowning in things to take care of. He would sit somewhere, sharpen his sword, fix his loud mail, clean clothes, write notes on that wax tablet of his. Yep, and leave at dawn. Unlike us, Astarion never gets bored. Tulia lets out a joyless chuckle. He's secretive, but some of the locals speak about him warmly. Maybe he just doesn't like us. Sounds like you're not sure if he's dead or not. Ho ho ho! If anyone knows, they won't tell us. Maybe someone is keeping him in a basement. The man carves with passion. We haven't seen him or his Saurian. Something ate them, I bet. The officials have hired you, right? They don't expect him to return. Richer road wardens often use four-legged, meat-loving saurians as their mount. They have to be tamed and trained since they're hatching, but, unlike horses, can easily defend themselves from many monsters. At least your palfrey is fast and reliable and won't suddenly sink its teeth into a near-innocent passerby. Do you know what he was looking for? Maybe he left you a message. Or governor? With that typical Irish or English twinge. Neither one of us had any insight into his dealings, says Tulia. My predecessor left me no clues. We also took a look at Astarion's stuff. Wait! She raises her open palm. Stop right there. She's gonna hit me with the Biden blast. I almost forgot. She stands up and heads to a nearby tent. He has kids in a village near Hovlavon. I was planning to take all his things there. A pouch, a second spear, a decent bow, some potions. Quite a treasure. She glances at you, but I would much prefer to bring them the truth about their father. So you want me to find out what happened to him in exchange for his stuff. Here's the catch. She dusts off the hilt of her sword. We've hired a messenger to ask the commanders for further orders. Since she hasn't returned and you know nothing about her, she either ran away or something happened to her. She sighs with resignation. We are meant to stay here until fall. What do you think? Come see us, tell us what you've learned about the man, and we'll get back to Hovlavon together? You think about your real mission. You were planning to return to Hovlavon in the early fall anyway. If he's alive, I don't think he's going to be happy about me taking away all of his possessions. True, but he's considered dead. I doubt he'd begrudge you or anything. And who knows, you may just find a shell lying on the roadside tomorrow. He wears mail, uses a spear, mostly. Maybe 5 feet tall, but stout. Long red beard, short hair, pale face, rarely smiles. She glances at her companion, but after he adds nothing, she sits down and stretches her legs. So find out what happened to him. Dead, alive, left, Just let me know. Okay, notes. New note. Quests. Find the Roadwarden. Okay, Red. Warden. Red. Hair, beard. Manlet. Confirm. Alright, sick. Lost my rope. Could you spare me one? You're in luck. She heads towards one of the crates and moves aside a large linen sack, revealing a rope. She brings it back and nonchalantly sits down on her chair. Take it. I was planning to leave it behind. Fine rope. Ooh. Oh, fucking, I ain't giving you shit, man. I'm poor. About the peninsula. Tell you what I know, and you'll be the judge, says the lieutenant. How long did it take you to get here from the city? On a decent palfrey, I'd guess it would be 3-4 days? When you confirm, she continues. From here, you can reach the coast in about 1 day, as long as you don't make any stops. Do you know the situation? Why no ships can get here? Oh my gosh. You nod. The sea route allows Hovlevan officials to keep in touch with the coastal villages, collect taxes, move the soldiers, collect lumber, deliver tools. But maintaining order on a wild coast such as this one is like filling the ocean depths with coins. Because of the rocks, you can hardly stop a ship 5 miles from the shore, and boats can't get much closer. She nods. I don't know much about fishing, but there's not that many people living by the shore, and they don't crave to stay in touch with the city folk. As she pauses, her companion carries on. No soul from the north ever came to the camp, but when we traveled to the roadside inn, Pelt of the North, they're happy to trade, and to play dice. Why not just stay at one of the settlements? Duh. Oh my lord, that's so many options. Okay. The man clears his throat. I mean, you know, we're here to guard this road. This camp is our post, and, well... He turns to Tulia. She lowers her voice. Don't take it the wrong way, Noyes, but are you a devout soul? Like most city folk, I believe that people should unite their strength to overcome the threats of nature and dark magic. Everyone will judge for I'm part of the United Church. Monastery that does its best to advance mankind's spiritual growth, artistry, herbalism, and magical teachings. Order of Truth. So we have, like Christianity. What is this? Spiritual. So this is like, kind of like a mix between Buddhism and some other stuff. I don't know. Small village, for me, the freedom of shell, Numa, and soul are the main virtues of life. My community's unique independence, or as members, facing the fellowship. I have a strong connection to nature and the spirits of all the path of my ancestors and my focus on making consider sinister and treacherous by city folk. You'd probably call me a pagan. So, no evidence of the right's existence and all the mystical tales that are explaining my magic. No, I'm not. It's like how in D&D, if you just are atheist, then you're seen as the crazy person. Because God objectively exists in D&D, so denying their existence is just like, you hit him with the nuh-uh. I like following the ancestors part. That seems cool. I don't like being a pagan, because I feel like that'll get me killed. My fellowship. So that's like... That's just you and your homies chilling. And this is, like, I don't know. This is just Buddhism with science. And this is just Christ. I do love Jesus. I love my boys more, though. Oh, I see. I don't know much about the River of Faith, but I'm sure we're not that different. I'm a Unite myself. She says with a sort of pride in her voice. So she follows the United Church. Maybe just explain what you were thinking of. The people here are disquiet. Their traditions won't help them negotiate with the officials. Here. She starts to draw lines with her index finger as if she's pointing at an invisible map. The peninsula is connected with roads, like a big circle,
At the northwest, you'll find a weird village at a bog. It's not exactly pagan, I don't think. It even has a priest who claims to be an eremite like yourself.
They do crazy shit. They use the dead to cut down trees and dig in soil. Once I saw it, I begged to never return.
Oh, necromancy, you'd love to hear it. You've heard tales such as this one since you were a child. If an isolated settlement manages to survive without a city's influence, its customs and traditions grow more and more alien. Every generation learns how to adapt to the dangerous conditions they have to deal with, and the rustic, pagan traditions muddy their river of faith. Damn. The United Church often warns its members about the crazy druids, necromancers and blood mages, the bringers of doom, the traitors to humankind. Many monsters. Saw all sorts of beasts. The man starts to count on his fingers. Goblins, treants, cats large and small, runners, howlers, wolves, spiked boars, mouflon eaters, griffins. But we managed to stay away. Some could catch up with most mounts. Tulia glances at her companion. Though a palfrey should be fine. The trees are so tall that the flying creatures keep to the coast and mountains. There's not that many humans around, and the animals are busy fighting among themselves. They fight more for food than for territory. The soldier cracks his knuckles. I can't crack my knuckles right now. Don't provoke them and ride fast. Just count on luck. How about the east? Stares off across the camp. Hard to tell. We went there only once. There are hills, forests, rivers. We saw a tunnel sculpted in leaves and branches, but we didn't enter it. Wilderness all around. Were you able to speak with these necromancers? You can see that we were not eager to go there if we could avoid it, the lieutenant chuckles. Ho 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 ho. I'm just in a jolly spirit. Maybe they'll be more, welcoming to a Roadwarden. The roads are dangerous, with little to no shelters. People need your help. The man in the shirt turns a bit and points a finger to the northwest. If you're heading to the undead village, you'll get to an inn first, and soon. Tulia nods. Hell to the north is a safe place. You could talk with the innkeeper or the guards, ask them about the roads. That's all I need. I'm afraid we can't do more for you. I just want to ask if they need any help. What is your squad's mission? You know the usual. Making the road safe, keeping people alive. Explain that it may be important for me to know what they have tried to accomplish. I can't really tell you. You sense no hesitation. Do you have any other questions? Anything I should know? Oh god, not a wall of text. Alright. Speed read. The story is brief. Some merchants built the camp to have an extra stop for mules and donkeys just between the inn and the southern villages. There's plenty of grass here and a pond nearby. When the peninsula grew more dangerous, the camp stood abandoned, from time to time serving as a shelter for travelers. The bandits came here in the spring, further paralyzing the exchange of information between the northern and southern settlements. Since these highwaymen are no more, the situation may reverse. Time will tell. You can sleep here. Sleep here wherever you want. The man concludes their tale, though don't expect to wake up without pain in your back. Cool. Thanks, homie. Okay. The soldier answers quickly. To the inn, of course. He grabs the empty mug. The one northwest from here. If you can't afford the room, the main hall is free of charge. The locals rarely gather there. The northern road is much more traveled, mentions Tulia. But the hunters will tell you it's about this and that, and you'll have a chance to introduce yourself. The innkeeper can listen and knows many souls. Any tips on how I can make a good first impression on him? She smirks. Avoid cheap jokes, stick to trade, and don't waste his time. Show him that you can be relied on. Not much of a story. This is just lore. Strict order of what I should call it. She exchanges with her companion, but he can't help her. Well, leadership succession, I guess. Havlavon chief selects commanders, those selected lieutenants, and those put their soldiers in order of priority. If a lieutenant dies, they get replaced by the next soldier in line. So you are his successor? Nah. That's pretty chill. Not exactly. When we fought the bandits, our lieutenant was hit by a sling shot. His boyfriend jumped to help him, but failed to protect either of them from a spell. It was like a ball of ice that hung above them and exploded, piercing their heads, completely avoiding their shields. Really unpleasant. And you were the third one in line, is that it? Basically, yeah. I didn't plan to become a leader, though. I'll get demoted once we return to the city. I prefer to follow anyways. What happened? Bandits happened, and monsters. A strong band, though. Oof! When we got to the peninsula in spring, we saw some people living in this camp. The lieutenant decided to avoid it and look for an inn. We had to travel through the night for a bit. Scroffs and crosses his arms, but she carries on. If he had decided otherwise, we would have all died that day. The innkeeper explained that the camp is a trap, that the armed ones pretend to be soldiers. Stay there at night, lose everything you have. Sounds like slave hunters. Very much so. They killed some, took others away, who knows where. They were letting the northerners go, hoping to avoid their wrath. It kind of worked. As a soldier, we asked them for help, but they refused. We had to clear the entire camp on our own, and that's why 3 of our people died. Don't exaggerate. It's not like the lieutenant didn't make a mistake. He wanted to get rid of them and take over their camp, but we didn't know our enemy well enough. We were outnumbered, and they had an ice mage among them. She looks to you. At least we cleared the road, saved your lives. Monsters? Nothing that would surprise you. Those of who survived the skirmish were young, too inexperienced to spend a summer in this place without a good leader, and they didn't trust me. One of them got caught by a treant. Another one ignored my orders to perform some sort of a ritual hunt, so a werebear tore her to pieces. The last one tried to act tough, didn't tell us he had to cut his hand while cleaning his gambeson. He had to cut it off, and he was so sure that he decided to walk north. Find a new life, disappeared, makes one mistake, leaves. What a colorful journey. The man tries to drink from his mug, but it's empty. I'm making this even. I'm gonna center it instead of having it, because for some reason, transform, center to screen. There we are. Yeah, that's better. You made this place safer. Barely. And who knows what it's worth. Alright, well. See ya, homie. Open the archive. Oh, that's inventory. Archive. Okay. Long-ass conversation. Alright, cool. Take the first watch? Yeah, sure. I'm happy to do my part. Should be calm at least before midnight. Wake me up in a few hours or even earlier. Alright. Staying tidy to have a better chance to influence others. Stay tidy. Prepare for my watch. Is eager to guide you. Just observe the area. There's plenty of griffins around, or they won't try to jump over the palisade. Probably. Better watch out for the apes. They climb up and carry out any food they can find. And there's this one really loud were-elk. Were-elk? That keeps smelling the wall, though it has never tried to get in. The lieutenant and I will block the entrances. They're quite heavy, so if anyone comes here looking for shelter, better call us to help you out. And if someone's being chased by wolves or anything, better throw them the ropes instead. If it gets cold, feel free to make a fire. The best place is on the watchtower. You may want to put a blanket there or something. Watchtower? He gives you a long, puzzled look. Oh, here. He points at a pile of crates. Just climb up on the tallest one. You have a great view at the northern side, the more dangerous side. And also, I know you're tired after all that riding. I can handle a couple of hours of sleeping on the ground. If you wish, go there after me and rest. Just this once. Fine. You're okay, buddy. I had a tough time, gotta be nice. It's the Canadian spirit in me. You put your blanket on the tallest crate and sit down. The night is warm, but the sporadic summer breeze brings gentle refreshment. Aw. From time to time, your back aches, and you have to force yourself to keep your eyes open. The light of the moon helps you focus on the tall grass. Most of the time, you spot smaller critters and birds, but there are exceptions. At one point, you see 3-horned deer trying to challenge one another. Before they clutch their antlers, a 2-legged dragonling appears, leading its much smaller offspring. The furry beasts try to intimidate the predator with roars and aggressive head movements. After a few moments, both sides walk away slowly, not willing to risk the fight, nor to admit their defeat. I don't let it distract me. I keep looking around. Oh, well, that's not good. You can hear the death screams of distant prey and the mating calls of monkeys. Ugh. Runners are chasing a gray hare. A group of musk oxen lazily chew the grass, preparing themselves to sleep. A dusk fox is running together with a lynx, making playful screeches. Aww. Thankfully, you never have to intervene. Just sit there, watching the not-so-distant forest, trying to outlast your sleepiness. You can only guess for how much time has passed. Once you feel you've had enough, you climb down and go to a tent, waking up the bearded man with just a couple of words. You confirm that nothing important has happened. I look for a place protected from wind. I use my bag as a pillow, put my blanket on the ground, and cover myself with my cloak. Aw, that's so kawaii. That's so bard-coded. You aren't used to sleeping in such harsh conditions. What? Brother, you sleep on the road. The weather is gentle. Maybe you won't catch a cold. The stars instantly inspire your dreams, both with their splendor and by making you look for patterns and shapes among them. Your job starts tomorrow. Focus on the real goal of my journey. The Merchant Guild wants to take control of this realm. Your wardening duties are secondary. First and foremost, you need to explore the peninsula. Learn about the territory, resources, and threats. Get to know the locals, and if you can, convince them to consider negotiations with Havlavan, officials, and traders. Could the tribes resist the soldiers or be a threat to the priests of the United Church? Are there any forbidden practices that need to be eradicated, such as blood magic, necromancy, robbery, or slavery? At least I have time. 40 days to be exact. I need to be as thorough as I can. Completely honest, fuck him. Tulian returned to Hovlavan. There, you'll report back to your employers and get your rewards. In the meantime, you have your own goals to pursue. Okay. Help people. I want to be remembered as a soul who brought peace and order to this realm. A hero. Gather enough connections among all these to become a major player. Retire early. Save my sibling from debt collectors. That's a good one. I just want to make the place nice. So after this, or save my sibling from debt collectors. I just want to make the place nice. Half his leaf senses are catching the sound of the wild forest. Your instincts keep you alert and anxious, though the pleasant, humid late summer air evens it out slowly. You're thinking about your goal, but need to gather your strength. All I can do is rest. Sleep, sleep. Sleeping here will be severely uncomfortable. That's not very pog. You're surrounded by sunlight. Your back begs you to stand up. Before you fully wake up, you smell a roast. No burning meat. Burning, rotten meat. Disgust crawls towards your consciousness. You stand up. Normally you would dust off your cape and blanket, but your instincts are stronger than your routine. Your horse is looking around nervously. Your bags are where you left them. You see an open gate. Okay. So you're a humble pyre. The man in the shirt looks at it contemplatively. Oh my god. Fluency does not matter. Contemplatively. Tulia is the first one to address you. Noyes. She greets you with a nod. We use the horse's manure for the flames, so don't worry about cleaning it up. See a corpse among the flames. It's impossible to tell if it belongs to a male or a female, but it was an adult. The burning process won't be over for a couple more hours. A traveler or an undead? The latter. A young one. She lacked the pneuma to understand that she couldn't get inside the camp without climbing. I stabbed her with a spear from a safe distance. She shifts her weight. One more fog and she'd be a real threat. Even now, it took a couple of hits to knock her down. Sooner or later, every human shell wakes up, gaining more strength with each soul it devours and each moment it spends in the fog. Burning the dead is not just a religious practice, it's a necessity. Soldiers, priests, village mayors, even roadwardens. Making a large pyre takes a lot of time, but it saves lives. Tulia calls this undead a she. Most Unites hesitate to do so. Well, see you later, fam. Running away from the reek, huh? I don't blame you. She walks with you for a few steps. Find us here if you need us, or if you learn what happened to Astarion. Baldur's Gate? Damn, this game's stealing everything, SMH. There's enough ground here for you to rest. Safe travels. These words make you stop. An old farewell, mocked in a number of song and tales, but yet you hear no scorn in Tulia's voice. You wonder how many acts of kindness like this one you're going to experience in the days to follow. She returns to the pyre. Okay. Somehow missed the fact that your mount is already saddled and warmed up. Yippee! You double check the equipment, but you don't need to fix anything. The soldiers were diligent. Normally, you preparing any palfrey for a long journey takes a lot of time. Ooh. You put on your gambeson and make sure that your axe is tightly attached to your belt. Then get in the saddle. The palfrey knickers are ready to leave. It's time for you to get to the crossroad, north from here. Travel forward to continue your journey. Once you're done with the north, speak with Tulia to return to Havlava. Oh, jeez Louise. Bad idea to stream a text game, man. I've been reading for 40 minutes. Just finished the first part. Even at a later hour, you wouldn't expect to meet any travelers in the valley. The warm summer breeze lures your mount forward, but the serene chirping of the birds is quickly replaced by the distracting screeches and gurgles coming from further down the road. You soon find the pack of four-legged griffins. See, I hear griffin, and I'm thinking like endgame monster, you know? Or like mid to high, or even like closest is just mid, man. They're larger than foxes and merge the features of birds and furred beasts. Each one is a different size, coat, and colors. Each of a different size, coat, and colors, and their temperaments are just as varied. Their fronts are covered with vivid feathers, while their rears have darker furs. Their wings are massive, making them impressive jumpers, but they're too heavy to fly. Oh, okay. About 24 beasts are yelling, brawling, and chasing each other around, blocking your path. Use the warrior's training to access unique force. Use a violent or direct. Okay. If these or other creatures were to chase after you, I think it would be disastrous for your horse. There are reasons why travelers stay as close to the main roads as possible, and why adventurers move in groups. Usually the safest approach would be to stay wherever you are and just wait for the pack to get hungry. It may, however, take up a couple of hours, so thinking about your conversation with Tulia. Got a lot to do, and time will be of the essence. Ain't no bitch. Completely trust your guidance, though after a few more steps it snorts. You prepare your axe and get ready to push away any griffin willing to jump on you. Once you get in the middle of the surprised herd, your mount squeals and gallops forward. The creatures in front of you flee, but others try to jump at you from both sides. You kick 2 of them away, and while the third one gets close, its beak only lands on your boot. The hard leather keeps you safe. You ride away, and the griffins can't keep up. You still hear their screeches when your mount slows down. I don't give them the opportunity to catch up with me. Bro, I'm like Dominic Toretto. I'm making this horse drift around corners, man. I'm harder like that. Yippee! Okay, I realized this was a horrendous game to stream, and I should have really just played this by myself, because oh my god. Man, I thought reading books for kids was a tongue workout. Jeez Louise, I'm basically reading novels. Might as well be reading Tale of Ice and Fire. Speaking of books, and fantasy specifically, I feel like I'm the only human being on this earth to read Castle Rugna and like it. Rugna. Oh, actually, it's quite well reviewed. Oh. That's nice. Yeah, I love Castle Rugna. It's about this mage who time travels to, like, riz up, this elf girl, or a ghost, sorry, not elf, a ghost, who is in the castle. And he gets put into the body of this, like, buff-ass, strong warrior, but the protagonist is 12. And he's the son of some other mages or something. So it's like he has this bright mind in this giant body, and then he comes across a spider, a jumping spider, and they become BFFs in the story. And then they come to the Castle Rugna in the past, and it's ruled by the Zombie King, who is just a normalized zombie in the future. And then you discover that the Zombie King and the Ghost Girl, the hot-ass Ghost Girl, were in a relationship. And then it's about Door making these two people get together. That's a really bad description of the story, but that's what I remember from it. I loved that book as a kid, man. I got it on a book sale from my school library. They were just handing out books, free books, getting rid of them, and I was like, damn, this book looks pretty sick. I like the cover. I was like 10 at the time, blasted through it, goated. Same with Ender's Game. I read that shit like 50 times because at the beginning of English class, you had to pick out a book and read it, because it'd be like, you're gonna read for 15 minutes. And I was like, ugh, I'll read Ender's Game for the 5 trillionth time. So I'd read Ender's Game. And I remember the guy getting onto the, like, retiring onto, like, a cottage with a lake. I remember that scene, but I don't remember anything else. I need to reread Ender's Game. We also read The Giver, which it was alright. The Giver. Yeah, I thought The Giver was okay. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, it was alright. I think there are better books. No duh. Also, if you can't tell, I'm currently stalling because I really don't want to continue reading this out loud and I kind of want to play the game by myself so I don't have to. I made such a poor decision. Given the fact that I made this poor decision, I'm instead going to end the stream and play this by myself and stream fucking, I don't know, Ghost Runner, because that's actually engaging as like a visual stimuli instead of just words on a screen and music. Or Ultra Kill, which is just visual cocaine. Unless you're shit at the game, which I might be. I'm pretty good at movement shooters. Anywho, I'm gonna play this by myself, and yeah. Hope you liked me reading for fucking 47 minutes now. Jeez Louise. Ugh. Bro, you can transpose my voice into an AI with the amount of text I have said. I'll make the Joe Biden bot look like child's play. Anyways, ciao. Classic ending. Just start speaking Italian. Scusi, pizza di pasta, lasagna. Yeah. Anyway, see ya.